Hi guys, we're Coach X Story. Welcome back to another episode. And today we're going to talk about all the major free agency activities that have been happening around the league. I think there have been some teams that have been really interesting, like they've really shaken up the roster, changed everything all around. I think one of those I got to talk about right at the beginning is the Lakers, right? We got fucking Russell Westbrook. Like in the words of Stephen A. Smith, it doesn't matter the Lakers win a parade, win a championship or not. Throw a parade. Actually, wait. Also, it's like a moment of sadness because we lost Alex Caruso. I think like I'm gonna have a moment of silence. You guys.
I think Westbrook to Lakers brings a lot of interesting questions, right? When the trade happened, there were a lot of questions about shooting. And I feel like, well, now they've added like a decent amount of shooting around them. Okay. With when they signed Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, Wayne Ellington, Trevor Ariza, Melo to
See,
an extent.
the thing is, see, what I'm worried about is all of these guys are yes, they have the tagline of shooters, right? But very rarely can we see people actually hit shots consistently. In the like
They're not
you
like
usually
great
see these guys,
shooters, bro.
they
Yeah.
get slandered out of existence, right? And then they live out their careers somewhere in Detroit or something. Okay, like
Also, like the
so
Laker team, 8 players on their roster are above 32 years old. They're
Okay,
yeah.
a
look, so
very old team.
so like I feel like this is kind of a fuck all thing to argue because like if you look at most of the contenders outside of the Bucks, okay, they're all old. Like Brooklyn has an
True.
aged roster as well. Okay.
Not really.
Heat.
I think Brooklyn,
What do
the
you
big
mean,
three
bro?
are in their primes right now.
Dude, look. The big three are in their primes, fine. I mean, the same argument can be
No,
made
bro,
for
but I get what you're saying. Like, to some extent, a lot of the contending teams are like
yeah,
relatively old because you need veteran value. But the
yeah.
Lakers are like especially old.
No,
Like,
bro.
when
But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no. One second. Getting back to it, like Golden State also an older roster, especially if they land
Bro,
Iguodala. Okay.
only
Uh,
Golden State fans think they're going to contend next year. Otherwise, no
okay,
one
fine.
else is that sure.
Bro,
I think
Brooklyn
Golden
is an
State is
old
like a
roster.
tough one.
Brooklyn is an older roster. Okay, they have like a bunch of players above 30. Okay, and Blake Griffin also one more of them. Okay, and then there's well, Heat is also another old roster. Okay, and I think they're contenders this year, but we'll have to find
They're
out.
not that
Wait,
old.
who's old in
What do
Heat,
you
bro?
mean,
Yeah,
bro?
Other than
Butler's
tell
old.
who.
Okay,
Uh,
Tucker's like
not
30. Bro, Butler's 32. He's the same age as Russell Westbrook. Okay,
bro. Yeah, I know.
Kyle Lowry's
Fine.
35.
Dude, the
uh,
Lakers have Dwight Howard and all. They have like a lot of old players.
No, but like
I
again,
wouldn't say
Dwight Howard.
they're just old.
I don't
Just like
understand
No,
how
again,
Trevor
like all of
Ariza.
these people will be coming off the bench most likely. Okay.
Yeah, bro, but like I'm not saying they're not a contending team. I think they are. I'm just saying like among the contending teams, when you start to look at it, this might be one of those factors that
Yeah,
it boils
sure.
down to.
I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like it's too early to say because like
Yeah,
Dwight
definitely.
Howard, for example, has been healthy. Okay, Trevor Ariza has been healthy. Melo, all these guys have been healthy because they don't play, like big minutes, and I don't see that changing even now. Okay.
I
Melo's
think
coming off
Carmelo
the
Anthony
bench.
is like a super interesting addition because like I think at this point they're also just adding people who deserve rings, bro. It's like this is
Yeah.
like LeBron's
Like, hey,
going
LeBron,
away
get me a
parade. Like
ring.
he's just CP3 is
bro,
gonna
yeah.
come next. Like
You know,
Yeah, bro.
CP3
CP3
actually
signed a
signed a
4-year deal
four-year
with Suns,
four-year
bro.
deal
yeah,
with
he's
the Suns.
he's actually getting too much money.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
50
but like
million a year.
anyway, getting back to I feel like so with the addition of Westbrook, right, it brought about a lot of questions about the fit. Okay, and we've all discussed it to some extent, right? But again, like I feel like the mitigating circumstance is the fact that they've added some shooters and free agency isn't over. Okay.
See, even more than
Also,
mitigating chances, I think there's a lot of really interesting ways in which they can use Westbrook, right? Because
exactly.
he's such a fast player.
Right.
He takes a lot of pressure off LeBron and AD during the regular season because he's someone who goes 100% regardless, right? So like he's going to generate a lot of offense for you. These guys get little rest so they don't get effed come playoff time, and they can actually play together, hopefully. Right,
Yeah.
and they can use him in fast break, bro. He's a monster on the break. If he runs out and LeBron has the ball in his hands, you can see a beautiful alley oop, right? So I
And it
think
goes
it's gonna
both ways. It can go Rush to Braun to Rush, Braun to AD,
All-
AD to Rush.
some shit, yeah.
Rush to AD, anything. Also, I
It's-
think
Wait,
like
but
it
do you
opens
guys think like the current roster is good enough for like competing against Brooklyn for
Yes.
like the championship.
Yes. Like
I
it,
think they're
Competing,
good.
yes,
competing.
but I would probably pick Brooklyn.
No, if
If I
I'm
had to
splitting hairs, I'd pick Brooklyn. Okay, but like again, the free agency isn't over. Okay, Brooklyn are like notorious, just like the Lakers are notorious with respect to health. Okay, so that's something we'll have to just find out. Okay, it's not anything we can predict, right?
Bro,
But
I'm tripping.
also, like-
thinking about Carmelo Anthony making some damn clutch plays in the finals and all against the Nets. It'll be fucking epic if he
No,
does.
but also like I think like another thing like people aren't considering with respect to the Lakers when it comes to like this comparison with Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn is an offensive juggernaut, okay, but like the Lakers are pretty awesome offensively, like speaking. But the Lakers are a defensive juggernaut, which the Brooklyn doesn't have. Like they don't
Bro,
have
but
that same
Brooklyn
defensive
was
capability.
playing pretty good D in the
Brooklyn
playoffs.
plays
bro.
good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like
there was this
there's
whole
good-
narrative in the regular
No, bro.
season, bro, around them
There's-
playing bad D, but
Bro, there's
they were
good
playing
defense.
solid D. Yeah.
There's good defense, and then there's like all NBA defense. And
I mean, we
But
have to
that
see
all
that from-
NBA defense was partly because of players like Caruso and like other players in the Lakers who've now left.
Yeah.
bro. Now, like
I
the
mean-
core, now LeBron, AD, obviously AD, but it wasn't like LeBron was the reason why Lakers were an defensive juggernaut. It's
They-
the
like-
full roster's
they-
changed now. They have to figure all this out again. So you
Yeah,
can't
but
just say
like-
Lakers are going to be a
No, but like
defensive
still,
juggernaut.
like if you look at them individually, they're all great defensively, bro. Like Westbrook's a good defender. Okay, LeBron even
Dwight
at
Howard.
this age is a good defender. Dwight Howard is still a great defender. AD, when healthy, is a DPOY level defender. Okay, so I mean, like none of the other players are like bad defenders per se, right? No, they don't have any bad defenders. Yes, like at least on paper, they seem like a great team, even defensively.
Yeah, bro. I think there's
Yeah,
a lot
sure,
of very
definitely.
exciting things about them. On paper, we'll have to see if they bring it on the court.
Yeah,
Mhm.
of course. They have a lot of shit to figure out.
Speaking of Caruso Caruso no longer being there, I think it's quite awesome that the Bulls have pulled off some epic trades this free agency. Finally, they've got fucking Zach LaVine some help. DeMar DeRozan, but I don't know. DeMar really seemed like he wanted a ring in his interviews and stuff. He's like, I'll take pay cut, this, that. But he's gone to the Bulls, who aren't exactly contending. Like they'll make the playoffs, sure. But do you think they're contenders? With
Yeah, but
Vucevic?
I think this team could make a decent run. Like I'm not saying they could win a chip, but I think
Mhm.
like we could see a decent
Like
run
a
out
second
of
round
them.
exit kind of thing.
Yeah,
or
like-
second
Yeah,
round
like-
maybe best case conference final, like best case dream
best
run.
case. But
Like-
they'll get
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Like to get for them for the current Bulls roster, right? So they signed Lonzo, they signed, they traded for DeMar. Okay.
Yeah.
Who else? They signed Caruso. Okay, these were the
Caruso.
like
Vucevic,
Vucevic
Levine,
and Levine
then
were already there.
Young, Thaddeus
Yeah.
Young, bro.
Thaddeus Young
Bro,
got
Thaddeus
traded
Young
for
was
DeMar.
already there.
Yeah, I'm just
No,
talking about the roster.
No,
No, he's
Thaddeus
still
has
there,
already
I
been
think.
traded.
He's
He was
been
traded
hard.
for DeMar.
Levine was
Sure.
saying they better respect me with the contract and all. So they'll give him big money, I'm sure. But
Thaddeus Young was traded for DeMar, by the way. He was the piece given to Spurs. But
right, yeah.
getting back to it, like I feel like another thing we're seeing with the league now is that the talent is becoming less distributed. Okay, like if you saw the 1920 season and the 2020-21 season, like the talent was more or less distributed like relatively evenly. Okay, but now there are like quite a few big threes to consider. Okay, and like that
Do you
even.
Do you think that's been triggered by the creation of one super team? That is the
I mean,
Nets.
yeah,
People-
I think, yeah, of course, I think it is triggered by that. Like, because the Nets did it and then the Lakers did it. Okay. And like, I mean, Milwaukee already kind of had a big three. So I can't really say anything about that. And the same thing could be applied to the Sixers. Okay. But like, besides, so like these two teams sort of had a big three, but like they weren't big before this last season. So, but like now there are quite a few big threes. Okay. Like, Golden State's coming back. Lakers have one. Brooklyn has one.
I'd argue
Bulls-
Miami.
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 Definitely. Why? There's no. I wouldn't argue at all. I'd say it's a big three. Okay. Bulls have one. Milwaukee, Sixers. Okay. I mean, Clippers. We're still to see if Kawhi stays or not. Okay.
Kawhi,
Like,
But who
we'll
will they
have-
get? Like, there's nobody left to
I don't think
make
they'll have
a
a big
big three now.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think they'll have a big
Yeah, I
three.
don't
But
think
it'll
there's any like huge name free agents who are like currently
Kawhi.
unsigned, right?
Kawhi.
Yeah, outside of Kawhi, obviously.
No, I don't think so.
So most of them have been snapped up, and like I think like like there won't be any other big like free signings. It'll be trades at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. Like Dennis Schroeder is still on the free agency market, for example.
He's not part of a big three, bro. Let me tell you
No,
that.
again, I didn't say he was. I was just saying
Yeah,
he's still on the
yeah.
free agency
Sixth
market.
man of the year, maybe.
Yeah,
But,
dude, I
like-
think he should stick to being a sixth man and like do that again. Like he might just have a better year.
Mhm.
He was
Yeah.
lit, bro. No, yeah.
But
But-
I think so. I think like getting back to the Bulls, I think if I don't think they can make a conference final unless like if some major injuries go down. Okay, because like in spite of what happened to the Sixers this year, they're still great. Okay, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they will do something with Ben Simmons and Andre Drummond. Some kind of package.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Well-
exactly. I was just gonna say like Hawks made the conference final. We're really underselling them. Okay.
And
Yeah.
they just gave Trey big money. So
Yeah.
it remains to be seen what they'll
Oh,
do.
John
with
Collins,
their
by
team.
the way, is still a free agent.
He's a
Oh,
free
yeah,
agent. I
no,
was just going to say
That's
that.
true. Someone
He
should
hasn't
fucking
signed
pick
yet.
him up. I think
No,
the Hawks.
I
should
think the
really-
Hawks will pick him up. Like,
Yeah,
he's an
How do you
integral
guys
part of
think
the-
it will go for the Heat this year? How deep do you think the
So,
Heat
I
run
think-
can be?
again, like
East
I
is fucking
think
stacked
Heat-
now that the Heat-
yeah, the Heat.
I
Sorry, the
think
East
good.
is super stacked, and I think the Heat actually can make a conference final run for sure.
Not
Like,
even bro. I think they can make a finals run, bro. They've got a lot of dogs, right? They've got Kyle Lowry, who they can play alongside
But who
Goran
else have they
Dragic.
added outside of Kyle Lowry?
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker.
They got in Dwayne Dedman last year, who is like a pretty solid, like he's a
I
solid
think they
big
need another piece to like contend at that level again.
defender.
I don't know, man. I think look. I think they can definitely make a solid run for a conference final. Okay, anything beyond that final, it's like they need some luck also on their side.
Bro, the thing
Okay.
is, East is just too hard to get
Yeah,
out
the
of right
East is
now.
super
Yeah.
stacked now. If you think about it, okay.
What do you guys think about like other signings, like any other big signings?
So
which have
there are
happened?
like some teams that it's obvious that they're probably going to make some moves, but they're not done yet.
Mhm.
Like so the Knicks, right?
Hmm.
Like Stephen A said, I think that if Dame were to make a move right now, it would be to the Knicks. So
Bro,
Why
the
the-
Knicks
Stephen
might add
A-
some pieces.
You please take Stephen A's talk about
Yeah.
the Knicks specifically with like
So-
a fucking block of
Yeah.
salt. Okay, but no, I feel like they can make Dame ideally can make a solid push for the Sixers. Okay, and the same applies to Washington. And I think
Adding
like
Beal.
yeah, exactly. And I think it actually like I don't know why
This
Beal is staying.
local motherfucker Beal is telling he's committed to loyalty in Washington.
No,
and
bro,
all.
but
What
like I feel like, dude, like I think that is a bad move on part of Beal, of
oh,
course.
really?
Okay,
Yeah.
but I think it's a bad move on the part of Washington also. Okay,
Yeah.
there's no point retaining Beal. You'd rather go in
Like
for
a
a
toxic
full
relationship.
rebuild.
Simple rebuild, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a toxic relationship. Like you go in
need
for a
to
full
break.
rebuild, you just got a bunch of pieces for Westbrook. You can do the
Yeah,
same
dude.
for Beal. You can,
No,
if, for example, right? Beal to Golden State makes a lot of sense for Golden State and makes a lot of sense for Washington. Okay,
Dude,
Because,
fuck
like-
that. Beal to Heat. They have the pieces that they can trade for him.
Beal can no longer afford. Sorry, Heat can no longer afford Beal. Like
they can't.
that could have. No, they can't. Right. But like Beal to Sixers is also a huge possibility. You build around
Yeah.
Ben Simmons or
Yeah.
Beal to Golden State or also okay, and you get
mean-
all of like you get quite a
Hmm.
few of their young talent which
Picks.
they like Wiseman, Wiggins.
Yeah.
I don't know the number 6 and number 13 or 17 picks they just
Pascal.
got.
Mhm.
Yeah. Jordan Poole, all of these people, like I wouldn't say all of them are up for grabs, but you can choose from that pool.
Yeah.
Supposedly, even like I don't know, okay, like I've just been reading, and all of them are rumors, right? But
Mhm.
Kawhi to Warriors is a top 4 destination for Kawhi. The top 3 now that the Heat can't afford him.
How can Kawhi
Wait, so
do
which are
this?
the three teams? Which are the three teams?
Dallas, Clippers, and Golden State.
Holy shit, Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas would also be insane.
Bro, that's been
Holy
happening
shit.
for a while though. I've heard the Kawhi to Dallas thing. I've been
Yeah,
hearing
Kawhi
it
to
for a
Dallas.
Just
while.
Mark Cuban, please make that happen somehow. Bro,
That would
Luka
be-
and
Dude,
Kawhi.
imagine these guys have been battling in the playoffs for years, and now they
Yeah.
team up.
Bro,
Dude,
ultimate, bro. It'll be too good.
It'll be too funny, bro. But like, you realize now that
I can't
our fan base, okay, amongst the four of us, there's a clear two Laker fans, bro. What do you guys think about that, bro? You hate on us?
Pathetic.
Fuck you,
Bro,
Bro.
it's fine. I
They
don't
hate us
like.
too much.
It's only
They
2
hate us
years,
too
bro.
much.
I also don't like dislike the Lakers, but y'all are gonna ruin it for us. That's the
Well,
problem.
get ready for it, bro. Get ready for it,
Amon, they hate
Bro,
us
the
because
mo-
they hate us.
bro. The moment Westbrook releases his jersey number and it goes live, I'm gonna buy that jersey, okay? And I'm gonna suck Westbrook and Lakers cock. I will become a bronzexual. Okay, all that's gonna happen.
I might make a Twitter account so I can start tweeting about the Lakers. Oh,
What do you guys
hashtag
think
Lakers.
about teams like Denver and like Utah and stuff?
Hey,
Like the moves is
Yeah,
they're a
dude.
little,
I
I feel like
Utah
they're a
added
little left
Rudy
in the
Gay,
dust.
which is like, I mean, he's
And
an
Hassan
interesting.
Whiteside.
Oh, lit.
I mean, see, none of these names excite me anymore. Like maybe 5 years
Yeah,
back,
like I
would have
don't
been
think
like,
this is all gonna result in a shit. It's just some random just slight improvements.
No, but okay. So I
Yeah.
think one interesting one, okay, is Jeff Green to
To the
to the
Nuggets.
Nuggets. Okay, and like
Yeah.
not from the Nuggets perspective. Well, he adds vet value and stuff like that. He's a good shooter. He can come up big and stuff, as we saw, right? But no,
Yeah.
I'd say the more interesting part is that Brooklyn, he
Brooklyn lost
decided to
him.
get off Brooklyn. Yeah, and that is actually a significant loss for Brooklyn. Yeah, they signed
Mhm.
Patty Mills, but like Patty Mills isn't Jeff Green. Patty Mills used to start. No, he used to come off the bench only. Yeah, sorry, he used to come off
Off
the bench
in Spurs,
at
yeah.
Spurs.
But
And I don't
He
see
was lethal for Australia in the Olympics, by the way.
true, but I don't see him getting big minutes
And a
in
a
Brooklyn
great- dude,
at
listen,
all.
He's a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
No,
Like-
but none of this. But I don't see him getting big
by the
minutes.
way-
Already they have Bruce Brown, who's also great, by the way. Okay,
By the way,
Yeah.
Mike James, they let go of Mike James. They didn't
Yeah, they
extend
did.
him.
yeah, and I think that's another loss for Brooklyn. I mean, with like we all talk about the various questions about the Lakers. There are quite a few questions about Brooklyn as well, besides
Hmm.
health. And the availability of Kyrie, because one day he'll just get up and say, "Well, fuck this, I'm going for three weeks sabbatical," and he fucked off. Okay,
Yeah.
like that can happen at any time. Hopefully not
At that
the playoffs.
point, I wouldn't even mind because it'd just be Harden and KD, and like that's also pretty lit. We'll see some different dynamic basketball, and Harden can also
I
go on
think
some
like the teams which actually had like decent runs in the playoffs last year, like Suns and shit. I think they actually need to make major additions to remain competitive.
But
Like I
feel
think
like
what
as of
additions
I
are
feel
left
like
to be
there's
made?
not much to do. Like what? Suns can't sign Kawhi, who's the
Yeah.
only big free
Yeah.
agent left.
No. I
I
think the
agree.
kind of moves they should be making is to sort of improve their role players, get more youth, maybe improve the kind of help that they can provide their stars.
Like for example,
Yeah.
I don't see the Jazz coming as a top 3 seed again. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this because they were that good last season. But I
Wait,
don't
but
see
who's
it
there in the
happening
West, bro? Who's there in the West now?
Bro,
Lakers.
Warriors.
Golden State, Sun,
I guess
Clippers.
Utah.
If they sign
Nuggets.
Kawhi,
Yeah.
Nuggets,
Yeah. The thing is,
Alright,
Kawhi
And
yeah.
wherever the hell
Stone's
Dame goes, if
basically
Dame
torn his
stays in
ACL.
Portland,
So I don't think
Otherwise,
what.
Bro, but Portland's pretty ass now, bro. Like they
No,
let Melo.
Portland is
Like they're not making any good moves. They've only
signed
let
Norman
players
Powell.
go.
So, like, another thing which we were just discussing is that the Bucks have lost actually some important pieces from their championship team. Like, for PJ Tucker was a starter, okay, and they've lost him. It should be interesting to see how they fill up that role.
Yeah, but
I mean,
as long as
Dante
they
was
got
gonna
Bobby
come back from
Portis, they're
injury.
good, bro.
yeah.
so
It was
they'll
only an
start
ankle
playing-
injury, right?
They'll start playing Chris Middleton on the small forward position, and
Yeah,
they
bro.
also lost Bryn Forbes, who brought some good bench depth for them.
Yeah.
He torched Miami in the beginning. That's all he did. But yeah, it was good. It was nice to watch.
Yeah.
He fucked it. Three
I-
after
I-
three.
I
He
think
dug
with that,
McDermott.
I think with that we've pretty much covered most of the important moves in the offseason. Like, or unless you want to discuss the fact that Chris Paul is ridiculously overpaid.
He
Even
sold,
Jimmy
bro.
Butler, bro.
He
I
went to
mean,
the finals
sort of.
and all. Didn't even
I
win. He
mean,
got
like,
fucked
bro,
up.
1 second. Jimmy Butler's 32. Chris Paul is 36. He will get 40 million
Yeah,
when he's
they're
50.
both.
Sorry,
I
40
think
million
only
when he's
because
40.
of the age
50, yeah.
factor. Just because of the age factor, I think it's a little too much money, bro. Like otherwise, it's like
Yeah,
completely understandable,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
But he's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
40.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like, whatever the fuck. But I think
See,
if
I
that.
think at that point they're hoping DeAndre Ayton becomes lit and they get some
Yeah.
other pieces to carry them. But yeah, bro, Chris Paul. I mean, money can't buy you happiness or a ring, so I guess let him have it.
Fine. Okay. I think with that, we've pretty much covered everything. Please let us know what you guys think more can happen or anything else. Thank you.